Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at KTALnews.com. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces with your Monday morning forecast update. Big weather update again for you this morning. We've had to say that a lot over the last week, but it's looking increasingly likely. We are going to see some winter weather late this week, so we'll be talking about that in the update. But the cold front that's setting all this up is the one that moved through late yesterday. No doubt heard those breezy conditions all night. Probably some of the tree limbs brushing the windows across the ArkLaTex this morning as the wind gusts have been about 20 to 30 miles per hour. That north wind pushing all the cold air in, so temperatures this morning will be in the low to mid 20s at sunrise. We'll still have that north breeze about 15 to 20 miles per hour through the early morning, so the wind chills here are down to about 10 to 15 degrees, even some single-digit wind chills over towards Mount Pleasant and Idabel. So this morning you need to kind of cover up all of your exposed skin. If you have gloves, wear the gloves. If you have a scarf, wear a scarf, and be sure to have that heavier winter coat, as these wind chills will likely stay below 20 degrees through about 9 a.m. this morning. Even this afternoon, you can see the wind chill later today is in the low to mid 30s, so we'll have that breeze around through sunset. And that's what the temperatures will do without the wind factored in. We'll kind of wind up here in the 30s and low 40s this afternoon, but again, with that breeze all day, it's going to feel cooler than this. The one thing we do have going for us is we'll see plenty of sun today. Robin's Toyota Futurecast will clear out some of the clouds that we've seen early this morning pretty quickly today, so I do anticipate seeing mostly sunny conditions this afternoon, but the clouds right back with us tonight as well as tomorrow. We'll see those increasing clouds for the next few days here, and that's ahead of our next disturbance, which could bring that winter weather Thursday and Friday. So a cold night tonight will be clear with the wind going light after sunset. Your lows will be in the low to mid 20s, so make sure you have the faucets covered up outside. If you have any exposed pipes, make sure those are well insulated as well. And if the temperatures again get down into the low to mid 20s, not the worst idea just to drip some of your faucets, especially if you do have some exposed pipes there, just to prevent those from freezing overnight. Highs tomorrow, not much better, in the 30s and low 40s, but we won't have as much wind around tomorrow, so we're not quite talking about the serious wind chills that we'll have around today. So let's take a look at that late week. Again, threat for some winter weather. You can see the cold temperatures likely staying with us. We do have some moisture. This area of low pressure is going to move through late Wednesday into Thursday, so we may begin to see some of that winter weather as soon as Wednesday night here, and it's just a mess. There's going to be a lot of transition zones here, but it is looking more and more likely that we could see some snow. In fact, maybe some heavy snow here, I-30 and northward. Shreveport, we're likely going to be in that transition zone where it's maybe rain. At times it may be snow, freezing rain, and sleet, so a lot of that can accumulate and make travel pretty difficult. And you get the ice, that's where we expect to see some of the power outages as well, since that tends to weigh down some of the tree limbs and power lines. And all this should kind of get pushed out of here as we go into Friday morning down towards Natchitoches. I think this will be mainly just some rain here. So the way it kind of sets up now, and this is probably going to change in the upcoming days, I-30 and northward here, mainly snow, but we could see some of those snow accumulations down to I-20 in Texas as well. Shreveport, this will probably start out maybe as a cold rain Wednesday, but just depending on what those temperatures do, we could see a transition maybe into some a freezing rain, even some sleet and snow at times. So we'll get that classic kind of winter mix in the Shreveport area, and probably just rain and maybe some slush, some either freezing rain or maybe some areas like that down towards Natchitoches and Manning. A lot of uncertainty here. We know this is going to change, but just kind of focus on the time frame right now, which is going to be late Wednesday into Thursday, with this all kind of tapering off Friday morning. But there could be some impacts again. Would expect that we'll see those around probably from during the day Thursday through early Friday morning. We know this forecast will change, so be sure to keep up with that throughout the week. We are going to be thawing out over the weekend, so if we do see some winter accumulations, I'm optimistic that will begin to melt off either Friday or over the weekend, as the temperatures each day will be back above freezing, but again, a little colder Thursday, Friday, hence that winter weather threat for us, and overnight lows staying in the 20s and low 30s, but again, we do get that chance to thaw out, maybe back to 50 degrees or so by late in the upcoming weekend.